Everything. Alright, so now we should be regaining connection soon. Oh, good, we're back to being live again. I think. Alright. So fuck. Okay. So, as I was trying to say, before Lord Moldy Butt decided to enter. Oh god, go quick! Before that happened. What the fuck? No, come on. No, come on. God damn it. Okay, thank you. Who wants to summarize what the fuck happened last session? Okay. They are crafty Jewish people that way, yes. Is my fan being picked up? I hope not. That'd be rude. You guys aren't hearing the fan, are you? I heard two different. I hear two different answers. Let's see if I can. All right, there we go. Let's see if I can. Try to. Well, I mean, I can just turn it the fuck off. I don't give a shit. I just like the circulation. The things I do for professionalism. How dare you be professional in my server? You kike Jew faggot. My gods. Right then, so, anything else happened? Anything else that happened? That you'd want to recap everyone on, in case anyone else forgot? Yes. Poke, poke. Yeah, I figured as much. Oh, where the fuck am I? God damn, poop myself. Right then, so I guess we'll pick up there with you presenting an old man to, well, the front door of Tim's tower. Who's holding the old man? You. I mean, Bub's dead. I mean, missing. Not dead. Totally not dead. Is all he does for the entire time as you're carrying him. Just goes in one very long, obnoxious tone. It slithers into your brain. Right then. Who's going to open up the door then? Out of curiosity. Alrighty then. See ya. I mean, yeah, I think like two of you aren't marked, are you? Yeah, as in neither. Yeah, he's a person. Yes. So then, I'm assuming you guys are going to. Yeah, go on. You guys talk. As you said, uncooperative guest. He already had a knife sharpened. I don't know where I am. somebody actually give me a medical check on Jack Bab really quick, as he's just been kind of blindly following you guys around and been very less talkative. I could have sworn we changed your token, Aquan, didn't we? You would have heard of a, not so much a virus, but an affliction that goes around just randomly in parts of the world called zombieitis. Fuck you. Uh, fuck whoever just laughed. You lose 5 gold. No, okay. No, but essentially what happens is while you're under this affliction, you essentially don't remember, you don't talk, you just respond instinctually. In short, you do everything you can to stay alive, but nothing more, nothing less. And when you come out of that stupor, you remember absolutely nothing. In short, Jack Bab's not here, so he's on autopilot. Fuck you. Well, I'm explaining it for the audience. Yes, but this is funnier, and I did it this way, so fuck you. If you have a problem, we can take this outside. Yes. I'm not on player. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, right. Here, give me a sec. Cause. Let's go and fill the crown with. The cum chalice. Okay, well, I'll look into that later. Give me a sec. I have to rejoin everything. Right then. So I'm assuming. So yeah, you guys enter the tower. Everything's normal as usual. Where do you guys go? Don't worry. If anything, he's only mostly dead. See, there's a difference. Ah! Thunk, 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 just smacking him on every one of the torch holders. Thunk, thunk, sconces. Just cut to hell, and BFG division is just blasting in ambience as distant explosions are happening and cackling. Yep, Tim's in his usual spot. You can't see him from downstairs, but making your way up to where he's at. Do you bring the old man up the stairs to meet Tim, or no? Well, for once, Tim is not alone in his usual little throne room. Well, his little library. Although he does appear to be missing half of his body, as most of his upper chest is completely scorched away down to the bone, where you can actually see his still decrepit heart and organs pulsing and beating. while he is slowly being worked on by two what appear to be goblinoid-esque creatures, one of which is wearing a small little pointed white hat and has a overly comically sized head and hands. Nah, it's again. Liches are a fucking pain in the ass. Yeah, but most of his left half is completely missing. And currently, instead of his usual arm, a different person's arm is being grafted on as we speak. Uh, meanwhile, meanwhile, he is using Mage Hand to hold a book while writing with his other hand to copy down spells from said Lich's book. Yeah, you think? Okay. The old man looks at Tim and then faints. And just collapses to the ground. Yeah, he collapses. He's probably mostly dead. To be fair, time's different up here than down there, so it also depends on what level of hell. Yeah, he drops the book with Mage Hand and just picks up the fork. Uh, uh, right. Yeah, nothing to be rude. Right. He's going to pick up one of the just a random book and start flipping through it. Right then. Well, I could send you there, but I'd have to stab you all. Oh, that would hurt. Yeah. Problem is, gestures to most of his missing body. Kind of busy. So, yeah, I'd rather heal first before I start doing rituals. That's no. Oh boy, 1 HP. Alright, I forgot I'm too old for this shit. Either way, my point is, I'll fucking get healed over time. It's fine. Besides, I've got a new friend to keep me company. He just holds up a skull that currently has two glowing green gem eyes and is trapped in a crystal ball. Shut up! They're not going to give you their souls. Those belong to me. Just throws it into the fireplace. Yeah. Well, either you give me a week to fully heal, and I can send you there without any way of getting out, without proper support, without proper planning, and everything else. Oh, I'm sorry. Was your heart splattered all over a tree just a few hours ago? Oh, you poor thing. I mean, that's debatable at this rate. Well, hell, time and real time work differently, so a week for him wouldn't be too bad. Might put some more hair on his chest. Anyway, my point is, either I can do that and basically just drop you in the middle of fuck all nowhere, with no guarantees of safety, no guarantees of return, and no communication or support, or you give me a month. I fully lick all my wounds, do full preparation, send you there with proper assistance, and I don't know, a couple of favors. Pretty sure I have some couple devils that still owe me some favors. Eh. I can't feel my skin. Who? Anyway, uh, he wasn't gone 100 years. He was only gone 30. At least based off the smell. Well, I also doubt he probably asked. Time travel perspectives and bullshittery. Although the fact that he's aged. Well, not really time travel. He didn't travel forward or backwards. He was just frozen and suspended in time. So more that he was kicked into an ocean of ice and then thawed out recently would be more apt than travel. You have less control. Either way, seeing as you guys are going to take the more proper route, it has come to my attention that an old hag apparently lost her teeth. You wouldn't, you guys wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? No. If it was, if it, how, how are you holding the bag, by the way? Uh, I thought you were saying by its tail. I was gonna say it just farts. Instead, it just goes and coughs up like an apple that you fed it. Lovely. No, if it was actually her, she'd be here screaming at me. Go find the old woman's teeth before it becomes a problem. Yeah, his name's Bub. Did you forget your husband already? God, you really are a bad wife. Scram. So you're just gonna pick up the coughed up apple and eat it? Uh, no. But he sounds like a real dick. Sure. He's mostly skin and bones, so he doesn't really have too many facial structures to really judge off of, but he seems to not know. Yeah. You really think I have You really think I have time to deal with minor problems? Oh, boo-hoo, minor devil. Ah, that must... Yeah. Good. Eh, more or less, yeah. Demon, devil. Yeah, you don't... Yeah, you don't make deals with demons. That doesn't work out well. Yeah, you just basically tell them, oh yeah, you can have my soul, and then they beat you to the pain. They basically start with your wrists, legs, eyes, nose, tongue, and then they leave you in wallowing agony. It's not fun. Speaking of not fun, he reaches in with his new arm and just pulls the skull and the ball out. Just starts shaking it to piss it off. Just screams in a deep speak at him and just curses him for a few hours. Oh, yeah, awkward. He just rips a few pages out of the guy's book and throws them at you. There are your 5 new spells. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. He can just continue to copy down all the spells in his meantime while he's getting healed up. But yes, now you guys have a new mission that has been assigned to you by Tim. Now get the fuck out. Does anyone take the old man with them? Because he has nothing better to do. I mean, yeah, Bob's missing. Jack Bab is actually still standing in the library. He continues to just stand in the library. Jack Bab is just zombifying his way down the stairs, Pretense. Cut cuts to hell with a literal devil cuts to hell with like 7 succubuses sinking literal hooks in the bub. Ah! Eradicate. Jack Bab's just chewing on a rat. Sure. Somebody once told me the wind was going to roll me. You know a good bit of it. You don't know all the intricate details, but you at least know their proper names. Yeah. Gazoo tight. Yeah. Right then. Right then. So, where do you guys go then? You have the entirety of Katie to check. So, who of you have never met Granny before? Oh. Oh, you're in for a treat. Yes. So, he says as you hear the blood-curdling screams of an innocent bystander. Rounding the corner of the tent village that is the trade market, essentially the open market. You come across the Trade Federation. That's gonna be stuck in my head all day. You encounter a pale bluish green skinned woman, hunched over about half of her size with a magnificent hunchback. I mean, this thing is like a second head. Currently using a meat cleaver, the wrong side of it, to chop off somebody's arm slowly while they scream bloody murder. She has gangly fingers that are 3 times longer than they should be, teeth of everything but teeth, screws, wood, pieces of metal, a live chicken head, uh, and fingernails that will probably give you every disease imaginable if you look at them too long. One of her eyes is facing the north, the other is in the back of her head, as it refuses to focus on anything and appears to be cataracted over. She cackles happily with her stringed white hair as she operates. But yeah, the man continues to scream bloody murder before slowly passing out from blood loss. To which she then takes a rag made of the man's skin and begins to just mop up all of the blood. Very poorly because it's made of skin and therefore it's producing more blood. Yeah! she like part of her body just inflates more as if oxygen is being cut off to it, and she grows about 3 times longer. What are you talking about? I always had my teeth. See? And then she smiles her disgusting smile. I'm not sure whether to be insulted or not. Ah, sweetie. She grabs you by the fucking face as if trying to pinch your cheek, but failing miserably. Her thumb digging up into your nose and just grabbing your face. So precious. I don't suppose it would be grandmother. She's usually quite an isolationist. Although she does make great cookies. If he is, he's cheating on me! No. Though I She's just slowly vibrating as she thinks. Her finger is still deeply gouged into a Katie's cheek, although it doesn't hurt. There are still openings in a helm. Also, it's Granny. You really think her gnarled fingers wouldn't be able to find the smallest hole in your fucking armor? So she's just sitting there and your head's just slowly vibrating. Yaga! Yeah. I don't know. She likes to travel a lot. What is that land you call it again? The one with the skin people. Ivix. Ivix. She was last. Yes! Of course, that was 300 years ago. Yes. Yes. I don't like her. I don't follow her very much. She's the only one who still has any! Although they're fake, but she'll never admit it. She's a bit of a bitch. If something happens to her, she makes it the most important person's problem in the land. Which means she's close. Yeah, having too much pussy in your lap can be an issue. The chopper is currently vibrating at high speeds and cannot think straight because you're still vibrating. Yeah, even though she stopped making the noise, she's still just vibrating. Apparently, she just seems to like it. You just slowly unclatch Granny's claws from Katie's skull. Katie's eye shifts like 1 millimeter to the side before correcting itself. I believe if she's anywhere, that bitch is in the Hexwoods. In your sock drawer! You'd think... You'd think that, wouldn't you? Do you know how easy it is to hide in your socks? It's not that difficult! Especially if you don't have a spine. Her eyes just slowly just start to lob towards Diarra, who hasn't been saying anything. I want his skull. We can fix that. Yes! I like this one. It's a deal! Suddenly, all of the air around you just thickens as she says it's a deal, and you feel a bit of your soul just tie together. She just slaps a gilded monkey skull on the table, still looking at you. Take it. She turned her head to look towards you, but her eyes just almost bug-like stay fixed in the arrow. Transverse. Don't piss off the spirits. Some of them might like that. They like the smell. They're freaks. You don't want to go to the bathroom in the ethereal plane. They don't have toilets there, but your body still goes. No, it goes into your pants. Never use the bathrooms. They're tricks! As the guy's slowly getting back up, no! Just punches him in the face. Then just grabs him by his lower jaw, pulls him behind the counter, and disappears. With the only... Oh, God! Oh, you're gonna stop Granny. Well, congratulations, Dero. You survived your first encounter with Granny. It all costed you was a portion of your soul. Yeah, you get to make that decision later. Dude, a hag owes you a favor. You can get 2 free souls for that. But yes. So, making your way to the hex. Wait, you're still talking to Gray? I think it's left. If you see Grandma, tell her she still owes me those eyeballs. It's my turn! Right then. Is anything really pretty in this world? Beside you. Look, it's Valentine's Day. I have to be a little sweet. I know. I'm so happy. This is slowly draining my soul. But yes, making your way to the Hexwoods. Relatively easy. Now the problem is, how are you going to not get lost? Right then, the Hexwoods. The dark, mysterious, blood-curdling, chilling fucking woods of some other plane that you guys have yet to figure out. The trees glow blue, the blood of everything is green, and chances are you won't make it out alive if you're low level. No, you guys are. The Hexwoods is like right next to Cadia. Yeah, it's like it's an hour out of the fucking city. Well, it would take you an hour to get there, so you can make prep time beforehand. Right then. So, how are you going to try and go and find where are you going to look around within Cadia to find a guide? Alright, those who are going to search for the Huntsman, give me a survival check. Local boy, give me a history check. And cleric, give me a religion check. Okay, so you have no information that I can grant you. Although, you would know that there are nature gods out there, but nobody springs to mind, unfortunately. You don't know any clerics. Local boy. Oz. History. And Aqua needs to give me survival. Yeah, no, unfortunately you don't. Again, you are aware that there are clerics of nature spirits, but you don't know any. Oh yeah, natural one. Oh yeah, nat one. Well, what do you think you remembered? Possibility. The good news is none of you guys can find any huntsmen that none of you know any. None of you managed to make any contact with any of the huntsmen. As you gather, either A, they're all home, being pissed off at their wives and getting drunk, are dead, asleep, or just don't like you. Most of them are being at home, being pissed off at their wives, though, as none of you guys really have any bad rapport with locals. Yeah, I'd prefer my players not freeze to death. That'd be nice. Because then I have to get new players, and I don't like new players. They're annoying. Oh, okay. So wait, you're going to leave me? You're going to leave me here, all alone, unsupervised in this bar? Nope. No. Yes, because you're the only bar that he goes to. You should tell fucking Bub that. Get the feel a lot of people are low energy, so I'm gonna tone it back a bit. Hmm. Well then, I suppose where are you guys gonna look for a druid then? Daryl, where do you think they should look? Give me a survival check. See if you can figure out something. Based off of what you've learned of the surroundings of Cadia, there probably are druids living at least in or near the Hex Woods, or at least around it. I also just remember the only player that actually met a druid isn't here anymore, so that falls out. You could also check the marketplace, or you do recall a weird boy being mentioned with a wooden mask. So you have three options to choose from. Or you can check the church. I don't know. Good source of information. Seriously, churches, like, you can get, like, all the local gossip within, like, an hour. You can know, like, what's happening in the entire fucking neighborhood. It's a really utilized resource. Yeah. So, heading into the woods, then. Yep. heard somebody shout yes in happiness. Huzzah! You shall not die today. Hey, fuck you. Not my fault. Planet's been knocked off its axis, man. I can't blame him. Oh god, my brain is off. Ugh. Right then. So, making your way out an hour of the town, or out of the city, isn't too much of a difficulty. There's tons of flat lands around, even just patches of grass, so that animals that, if you had any with you, could easily feed on. Or any of you that are vegetarians or, herbivores could easily just plop to the ground and start chewing. I don't recommend it. Entourage? Yeah. Aquaman's being carried by his entourage. All of which are now wearing sunglasses and earpieces and just chattering as if they are a security squad. Also, Aquaman, I suggest that you look into, I believe it was Rogue Traders, Lookout, Sir. Rogue Traders, Lookout, Sir. Yes. As a possible idea for what you could have one of your skeletons do. As that would have been discussed with Tim. Who the fuck is typing to me? You bitch. I don't know. What the fuck am I, you bitch? Look out, sir. Give me a sec. Yes. The Lookout Sir ability, essentially, if somebody does not use their reaction, they can jump in front of an oncoming attack, killing themselves, but saving you the damage. Just as a possible idea. No, for using your skeletons. Exactly. Because, hey, just because it's 5e doesn't mean we can't have fun with it. Besides, I think the idea of a skeleton slow-mo running, jumping, and then looking and saluting you as he gets obliterated would be hilarious. Just, as bone chunks go everywhere. And just dust them. But yes. Alright, so, somebody. Okay, approaching a small village outside of Cadia, but not into the Hexwoods. You do find, there do appear to be a couple of druids at work. Along with a couple of hunter cabins. People appear to... It is rather late in the day. It's like about, 10 p.m., I'd say. So it's nice and fucking late by the time you get there. So, again, a lot of people are just either A, asleep, B, drunk as shit, or B, or C, passed out on the fucking outside of their houses. Yeah, no. Yep, heading into the nearest bar. It's packed with drunkards, druids, and the like. Yes. Rooms aren't too expensive. It's 2 silver a night per person. So yeah, not too bad. Other than that, you guys have a nice meal in the morning and the afternoons, of course. As you're awoken, nothing really happens during the night, so you don't really need to take watches or anything. Although, Katie's, your bed does feel slightly colder than usual, as nobody is there. I'm gonna enjoy this. No, indifferent. But mean, yes. But yes, so, morning eventually comes. You have a nice, fulfilling breakfast of root vegetable and 2-day-old hare stew. Yummo. You can literally taste a lot of the excess salt that used to be jerky, as it was improperly fully boiled off. But hey, it's food. Hiring a. Do you go for a huntsman or a druid? Which one are you looking for? Okay, which one are you going to prioritize then? Alright, so I'm here. Yeah, alright, then a druid it is. Hiring a druid is. Yeah. Hiring a druid isn't that difficult, as there's plenty of people that immediately recognize, ooh, tourists, and are more or less offering their services to you almost as soon as they spot you. It's like, oh, hey, you need a guide? I'm good with magic, type of thing. Do you hunt around for a price, or do you just take the first guy that shows you their butt? If you ask any of them, they all perfectly brag. It's like, oh yeah, I spent all the time in the Hexwoods. Great place. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know. Everyone else seems to be asleep right now, which I don't blame you. He totally knows what he's talking about. This guy smells more like a fish than he does the earth. Again, he smells more like a fishmonger than he does a druid. At best, he's probably spent a single night in the Hexwoods and then ran away. Of course, Acades and Aquin, you're all for this guy. You know, Oz and Diarra, you just kind of both look at each other like, this nigga. Not die 5 seconds into the woods. You die in real life. If you die in the game, you die in real life. Oh god, can you imagine? Did they make a movie out of that? Righto then. So, go ahead and just roll me. Yep, just roll me. Everyone roll me 2 insights just to get a summary. Seeing as we already rolled the first one, I'll just cut the middle. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you guys actually managed to find a good druid between a lot of you. Sadly, none of you. Yeah, Aquaman's like, oh, this person's great. You're holding up a homeless person. Aquaman's just assaulting random people and saying, this person's a great druid. Meanwhile, it's just an old person gutting a fish. He literally. Look at him. He's so dirty. Change. Aqua just gives him his whole coin purse. Come with us. No, he's not stupid. You're with us now. Just 5 seconds out of the village, just gets shot in the head. You just hear somebody say, God damn it, Carmine! Doo-doo-doo. Unfortunately, they are not spores here. You would know that spore. The druids of the spore are more isolationists than these guys. Yeah, that too. The dankest of caves. Follow the earth. Hell yeah, man. Just follow the smell. Yes, you acquire a mostly naked female with baseball sized boobies, yellowish skin, and completely covered in leaves. And she's just eating an apple that she pulls out of her hair. That's good. Hi, Homer. Ah. I'll guide you to the next ones. No, I'm not doing that. I'll hate myself. Sweetie, do you know how many hags are missing teeth? Oh, okay, that actually limits it a lot. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Do you have a name at least I could go off of? That would probably help. Yaga. First name or last name? Oh, okay, well, if the name is Yaga and she's missing her teeth, I think I know which one. Well, if we're going to go and find her, first I would suggest finding her teeth, because she doesn't like unwelcomed visitors. She doesn't care. That's the thing. She wouldn't care if you're there saying, if you're there asking about her teeth, she'll just get pissed off and turn you into a pair of teeth that she'll quickly wear down. What you'll probably want to do first is find her teeth. Yes, I know it's difficult, but that'd be the first step to ensure your safety and mine. More importantly, mine. She'll actually she'll actually reply in your native tongue, "Sweetie, there's no one better than me here." And Awkward has fallen in love. No. She just points to a tray. Let's just say I'm used to deal with hardwood. She is! Bianca! Out of character, you know this character. But yes, regardless. Find her teeth first, then come back here, and I'll lead you to her. For 20 gold. Yes? What? I don't know what that is. Medical check? Medical check. Medicine check. You're saying John Guess. I mean, most of my skin. I mean, most of my skin's kind of been replaced with you know, living plant cells, so that might be it. Ding ding. Oh no, you caught me. Yes. Well, if there are any well, if depending on who the fuck told you, well, not who the fuck you want to say that. Well, depending on who told you about it, I would probably search near them, as chances are there have probably been reports of strange things with teeth happening. Probably. Trust me, whenever she loses her teeth, trust me, whenever she loses her teeth, it's always a giant fiasco. It's annoying, actually. But it's money in my pocket, so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you make it. Oh, kill all of you! Mm. Someone roll me an intelligence check. I don't know how Diero would know about. Actually, you know what? No, you've been in the tavern. There's a notice. There's a notice board that magically updates information. Yeah, you've been in the tavern. Their tavern. Yeah. So, maybe that has something relevant. Yep. She'll say that she'll keep an eye out for you. Which contract stuff? Oh yeah, getting him tatted. Right. Ironic. I was gonna say that's actually really ironic. Yep. Yep. Getting back to the tavern is pretty easy within an hour. So you guys get back to your tavern and you all just start looking at the notice board. Yeah. Wonder how long that's been there. Yep. Yes. Yes. All these, if it doesn't have a city listed underneath or isn't professionally printed out like the other ones, it usually means it's local. Yep, giving it a. You also get a free gravesite and a promise that he won't willingly use hostile magics on you unless you piss him off. That part has like three sub mentions of like, oh yeah, we totally aren't going to use your corpse unless this happens, or I get bored. Subsection: I still will punch you if you piss me off, though. Has him sign it. Da-da-da. Yep. And you sign it with blood. Now you sign it with a pen. Yep, it's a simple. You put your John Hancock on it. It gives a slight glow. Your hand goes numb, and you wait for the other person to do the thing they're supposed to do. You can access the job board, can't you? I'm very proud of that name. But yes, it does have an address to go to. Before. I mean, it is the morning. You guys only took an hour to get back into the city. So it's around 8 a.m. by the time you guys actually find this contract. And speaking of contracts, Acades is getting a drink, so she can't complete the ritual. Unless anyone else wants to do the ritual to make Diero official. Or was it Oz? I think it's Diero. Yeah, Diero. Alright, Aquin, do you want to do the ritual then? Alrighty then. Do you know which ritual I'm referring to? Alrighty then. So, reading over the contract briefly, there is a section that blatantly says, "Hey, asshole holding this contract, who's signing up a new guy. What you have to do in order to officially make him part of the fucking contract and to make sure that he is able to access the tower more freely within, certain parameters. But none of you guys have really violated that rule yet, so there's no real reason to go over it. Essentially, now that he has signed the contract, has willingly signed the contract, now he must willingly stand still and let you burn the shit out of him with said contract by rolling it up, lighting one end, and sticking it into his flesh for a couple of minutes. Warning: do not advice: do not tell them you're about to do this. I have to burn you now. What? You give a bit of a flex. Yep. Somebody roll me a d6. You know, Aquin, roll me a d6. If you're lucky. It's the one time he rolls max. Yeah, you take 2 points of heat damage. As a nice, healthy scar just swells up on your arm. Hurts like shit. He holds it there for a couple minutes, but eventually there's a nice printed tattoo on your fucking arm now. Make sure you can add to somewhere on your sheet, marked by Tim. And outside of that, I do believe you guys are going to go hunting for some teeth now. I have to make sure I have the stat block pulled up. Give me a second. Me? No, I could go and love old people. It's just that all of the hags are crazy. And I actually love hags as characters. They're fun. He is 100+ years old and has excessive dementia and poor bladder control due to his age. You showed him a half-living, undead skeletal abomination. You guys literally... He literally came back to a place he didn't recognize, found you guys in his room, you kidnapped him against his will, have been lugging him around without telling him anything, and then threw him at the feet of a half-scorched alive skeleton person whose organs were on full display and talking as if it was just an average Tuesday. Him having a heart attack is the least of his worries. The PTSD of him surviving afterwards is going to be a lot worse. So I wouldn't say I hate old people, I'm just being realistic. You don't know, you left him there. Which is another point of trauma for him. So who really hates old people here? Yes! You guys broke into his house! You broke into his house! You said you were getting the guard in a town full of criminals. Yes. Women are very bad at caring for old people. It's well established. Katie's especially. She hates people. She's especially racist against old white men. Katie's the first feminist. It's canon. You know, maybe I think women should have more rights. Yes, but we don't get paid as much as the male adventurers. It is true. Look, as she pulls up a sheet of only 3 adventurers that have 3 active female adventurers compared to 100 male adventurers. Why are the men getting paid more overall? That's sexism. We demand an equal thing, and then the whole world catches on fire and everyone fucking dies. Do more. Yeah, hopefully my job isn't like that, honestly. If it is, I might be unemployed. Nah, I know how to keep my fucking shit to myself at a workplace. Yeah, so hopefully March is a good month for me, hopefully this year. Because I'm getting a new job. Let's go beat up a kid. Why? You already hate old people. Why not add children to the mix? So you'll beat up an old man in front of his kid, but you won't beat up the kid. Wow, fucking sexist. Are you saying that old people are useless? Aquin, how old are you again? Oh, so now you're racist. Jeez, this is the guys. This is who you're traveling with. Ugh. Who is borderline a child. Yet somehow I'm the bad guy. You just threatened to beat up a child. Fight, 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 fight. Command word kill is actually a really easy spell for him to cast. We're not bad people. We're just a Roman band of murderers. You just threatened to beat up a child and traumatized an old person and then insulted Aquin. I love that Aquin's just such a psych. Okay, fair point. A little under a month, yeah. Plotting a genocide against the people who you've barely interacted with. Oh, God. I've accidentally created a party of murder hobos. Oh, jeez. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with this. love you, Dario. I really do. You've you've contributed a new perspective, and I appreciate it greatly. So why was the old party killed off? Well, they say they were evil. How? Well, they tormented kids, beat up old people, robbed people, set buildings on fire, and fucking tried to genocide an entire race without meeting them. But sure, yeah, no, they're the good guys. We swear. I mean, I don't call you guys heroes. I call you guys mercenaries in the titles. Yeah, merry band of mercs is what I have you guys listed as. But yeah, so while you guys are having this massive argument and walking, I'm assuming, I dropped the dice. That's invisible, so that's gone forever. Until it finds its way right into the heel of my foot at an inconvenient time. But yes, making your way to Jimmy's house isn't too hard, as currently it's on fire. Yeah, it turns out that the world keeps ticking no matter if you accept the quest or not. His house is on fire. They all give a salute and just rush in there. One of them sticks out a thumb that's already on fire. I mean, it's not like they take too much damage, but yeah. Give me a sec. Do 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 do. Jack Bab just slow. Yeah, Jack Bab just slowly pulls his arms and legs and head into his shell and then just collapses over. Zombieitis. Zombieitis, man. He's not putting himself in any risk. Give me a sec. I'm rolling to see their success rates. Oh, cool. They come out with a young woman who is basically scorched through most of her body by now. Still alive and barely breathing based off of her chest movements. They recover a child wrapped in a blanket that is still partially on fire with most of his hair missing. And third-degree burns along part of his face. And your last two skeletons go flying backwards out through the wall. Within the flames, however, somebody give me a perception check as you try to figure out what the fuck just caused that. You see a humanoid shadow floating in the flames. Yisfarash Garu Varakas Elba. Bianca! 7 bolts of magic come flying right towards you. Yes. Alright. They deflect. They deflect off of your shield. They cast shield in return. Yep. Go ahead and roll damage. Checking things AC, it matches. Although they do have a human host, so it's up by 1, so it's a 15. So no. Alrighty then. I'm just going to toss up a general thing here. Wrong button, wrong button, wrong button. Jesus fuck. This is not the actual map. This is not the actual map. I'm just using it because it's a convenient thing to have all of your tokens on. Yes. Do you please roll me initiative? You won't be staying on this map, so relax. Although it does bring back great memories. Bianca, remember when you used to have your husband? Ah, that was great. I know, and how dare you have sex out of wedlock, you monster. Click your pog, man. Do 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 do. Pingus. How to save a life. I think we're missing people. We're missing 2 people. Jack Bab is just comfortably curled up in his shell. Yes. Alright then. I did drag you guys to the right map, yeah. Because the actual battle map doesn't fucking matter based on how little health they have. The whole point is that you just have to basically hit them enough. And seeing as they're currently in a fire, yes. So then, Aquan, your turn. Yeah. Oh no, there are houses around it, some of which have started to show beginning signs of a fire. All right, how many undead are you gonna try and summon? Okay. Which one are you gonna summon? Undead spirit. Yep. The ghost of a young woman pulls herself from the grave and gives you a gentle curtsy. Alright, it's going to fly into the flames. Give it a gold whap. Go ahead and roll damage. Or roll to hit. Mm-hmm. I have the perfect song for this. What? This is a completely inappropriate song. I know. It's true. 17 will hit it. It goes up and smacks the meat suit. Go ahead and roll damage. I'm going to roll something for the child. The child quickly screams, "Please don't! That's my grandfather." It shouts, "Please don't! That's my grandfather." What do I have to beat? Okay. The teeth pass, the body does not. So what happens? Cool. So. Okay. So the old man begins trying to shout and scream, but the teeth can't remain solidly shut. Alright, go ahead. That actually manages to hit the teeth instead of the body. Yep. They scream and curse you for a couple of minutes. Darrow. The necromancer has summoned a ghost of a woman and sent them into the flames. Oh, so you're Catholic now. Okay. He continues to shout, "Please don't hurt my grandfather." I would do a little boy's voice, but I'm not getting paid by the cops to do it, so no. Yes. He's shouting it enough. And now here's the challenge of the encounter. You see, there are two health bars at play here in two different armor classes. If you can't beat one of them, you hit the other one. One of them is literally just a baseline human, civilian, meaning they have 10 and everything, and only a couple of points of health remaining. The other is a CR creature of 2 with a lot more health and a slightly higher armor class. So then, Diero, you pick up the child and run. Where do you run to? Where do you run off with the child? Just like down the street shouting for the fire department or something? Okay. Let me see, actually. I know they wouldn't have an actual fire department, but I want to see if anybody actually knows how to deal with a fire. Oh! You luck out. There's a couple of carpenters nearby with large hammers and axes. So what do you do? Come on. About 2 blocks. About 2 blocks. My mom. Please don't. Please don't hurt him. Did you find Spike? Did you guys find Spike? Is he okay? Oh. He was a... You guys go to hell, you find a giant dog with a leash that says Spike on it. Because he did not. Guess all dogs don't go to heaven. Shit. Uh, yep. They just basically, all flex off their shirts while Pillarman theme songs, and they just walk towards it with their axes. Yeah. Yep. The Flaming Man is going to open fire again as his mouth opens against its will, and Arcades! Your suit starts to heat up. Yeah. Heat metal. It sucks. I forget. Isn't there a save for that? I have to double check. I haven't used heat metal in so long. Nope. Right then. Choose manufacture metal object. Any creature in physical contact with the object takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast a spell. Until the spell ends, you get fucked. Until the spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again. If a creature is holding or wearing the object and takes damage from it, the creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object. Or saving throw or drop or throw the object. If it doesn't drop or it has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until it starts its next turn. Your armor starts glowing and red hot. Yes, to not crap yourself in pain. While taking 12 points of heat damage. Okay, so you don't crap yourself. You still take the damage, but you don't crap yourself. This is 2d8 over the next couple of turns until you successfully remove your armor. It then cackles in Infernal, and then has the meat suit close its mouth. You can use the float in flames. Oz! Arcadis is on fire. She's smoking hot. Everyone should be, aside from the arrow who ran off to go get muscly men. Leave it to the Catholic priest. Leave it to the Catholic priest to grab the child and run to muscly men. Come on, I'm allowed to insult all of you. It's fun. Nice. Don't worry about it. You guys don't need the board. I'll just tell you. The initiative is more for my benefit rather than yours. As we're not doing a combat board, as the Flame Man's not going to move, and I'm assuming none of you guys are going to run into the flames. Well, if you guys do, then I'll work that out later. But everyone seems low energy right now, so we're not going to worry about it too much. We're just going to freehand this. Everyone go with that, or do you want a map? Alrighty then, let's roll with it then. Oz, what you doing, nigga? Alright, do you go into the flames, or do you actually stay outside of the building? Or are you just trying to present yourself as a target? Okay. Yep. Arcades, you're on fire. It hurts like a piece of shit. Yes. Actually, no, wait, let me sec. If it doesn't drop the object... you don't drop the object, so... Yeah, that's all you had to decide. So you've decided to keep the object on. I mean, you could damage your armor by cutting it off. Alright, do you want to cut your armor off? Okay. Yeah, so, you keep your clothes on. You just take your sword, shove it into your shoulder, and just pop both leather straps off. And just cut the whole thing off, and it all falls to the floor. In pieces. You now only have a base armor class now, with your dexterity bonus. You've lost your armor. Luckily enough, it's a simple enough fix, so. No. Yeah, but 5e is stupid with armor, so. Yeah, but then I'm basically just working more, and I don't feel like doing that. 5e is supposed to be beer and pretzels, so. It's 10 plus your dexterity bonus. Yes. Plus your shield. You still have your shield. So yeah, you have a 13 armor class. Ah, remember when you used to have a low armor class? You used to be so squishy. Yeah, you are. Yes, you were. Wow. So what do you do now that you've cut yourself free of your armor and are no longer on fire and in pain? Well, they did hear you shout fire, so a lot of them have poked their heads up to figure out what the fuck is going on. Yes, because that's not bandit talk or anything. Yeah. But no, they start basically gathering up their precious resources as they figured out what's probably going to happen to their houses. Fun fact, historically, before a fire squad happened, before firefighting squads were a possibility, their only means of defenses were to throw dirt at it or abandon the building and have it be ripped down and set on fire ahead of time. That way it couldn't spread. Essentially, yes. Leave us alone, Golden Company! You've become the Mel Brooks. Oh my god, Bianca, you become Jewish. You monster. Therefore, yeah. You scared the shit out of the people, yes. You recognize it as being infernal, but you don't understand what it said. I think she's still playing around. Because she used her bonus action to cut her armor fray. Okay. They can't hurt you if you're on fire. What are you gonna do? Set me on fire again? Nah. Sure, maybe. Sure, maybe. Sure. Don't worry about it. I'll say that they move out of your fucking way. But you can't really do anything this turn. So, Aquan. Because you were taking so fucking long. Don't kill the human, but kill the teeth. And maybe save the dog. Mm-hmm. Easier said than done. See, if you roll too low, you risk hitting the human. Okay, go ahead and roll damage. He starts to begin to bleed from his ears as he has part of his organs swiped at. And continues to scream in muffled screams, holding his throat. This probably wasn't the best choice to have Aquin in the front lines of this. Yep, you take off a star and throw it like a shark, and go ahead. Yeah, go for it, man. Dude, you're an artillery cannon. I get you. You're gonna question it. I know you're keeping track. It's like you're not an asshole. Ouch. Yeah, no, they just start getting their fucking gums knocked around. The old man doesn't like it, but at least he's not getting hit. And the mind games set in. I would like to mention that most of their clothing has burnt off, by the way. Oh, right. Yeah, I forgot. Never mind. Yeah, they're fine then. It's just burnt leather, but yeah. Yeah, okay, then you're fine. I forgot you had upgraded. I forgot, my bad. What are you saying? Just grabs the person by the head, pulls him out the window, and points. It's like, oh. Because they can't speak. They point at you, they point at the civilian, point at you guys, point at the fire, point at the building, and just throw the guy out the window. Ah! Thank you! Yep. Diero, go, Diero, go! Give me a perception check. Somewhere there's a dog barking. Yep. Yes. He is currently floating just above the flames. Yes. Give me a sec. Just roll me a d20. Granted, oof. The teeth pop out for a second on the old man's tongue and take the healing. That's the thing with this encounter. It's complicated, but easy. Baba Yaga is a CR20. Her teeth are CR2. Her teeth are CR2. Hence why I had the druid tell you guys, yeah, don't go into Baba Yaga, she'll be pissed. She just wants her teeth back. No. Unfortunately not. You can do it your next turn, though. Speaking of dogs barking... Man, his feet are tired, because they are getting licked by the flames. You know, I'm just going to keep this D6. Fair point, go ahead. Still would have hit, it wouldn't have been enough, no. And the way I basically would have it is, for a healing spell, it'd be the opposite. If you roll below a 15, it hits the teeth instead of the person. Yes, but he'd be moved. The way I'm going to do it is in this case because yeah, the teeth are trying to intercept it because I don't. Yeah, that would actually bypass that. Yes, you are. Yeah, I don't really have a thing. Anyway, new. Give me a second. There are 4 tasty targets now in the way. Let's see which one he's going to go for. Acades! I rolled a d4. Relax. Let me look up the spell to make sure I do it right. The old man's mouth is going to force itself open, and it's going to belch out a ray of frost at you. Oh yeah, I forgot you're actually I forgot you're actually a really good cleric. Hold the line. So it's at disadvantage. Okay, give me a sec. Yeah, I'll be nice. I'll roll publicly. Kind of lazy shit. A 13. I'm assuming that doesn't hit either of your armor class. Actually, no, wait. Yeah, and we're going to Defender, if I recall correctly. Yep, so you just basically duck behind Oz at the very last second, and his shield takes the blunt of it instead of you. What's worse is that her gauntlets are actually cold, too. So now it's cold on your back. You touched his back! Oz, what kind of armor are you wearing, by the way? Yeah, you'd feel that. Why? I just saved you! Why? God, Acades, you're just a monster, aren't you? You hate old people, you hate children, you hate dogs, and you hate Aquin? You hate Aquin, you're racist to turtle people, and now you're assaulting Oz? God, you're a monster. I know. I mean, you stabbed Pluck in the face. By stabbing him in the face. Anyway, speaking of attacking your face, as your butt's being attacked by Bianca, Acades. I don't know. Yamara! Yamare! Yamara! No, Acades! Yamate! I actually know the person who edited that video. Yeah, he's a good cunt. If I could hire him, I would, but you know, he's busy. But I did get invited to his wedding, so that's nice. I'm gonna parachute in. Parachute in with a flag between my butt cheeks. Speaking of butt cheeks, Oz, it's your turn. Yes, answer. Daily double. Aw, he's dead. Yep. Yep. Okay. Over a fire. Cool. Yeah, no, he doesn't have enough health, so he collapses into the fire. Asleep now. You currently had sent all the skeletons off to deal. Mm-hmm. Yep. Acades, though, you do watch him hit the floor, though. Because it is not Aquin's turn yet. You could, but you'd be running in literally through fire to save an old person, which you clearly hate. Wow, you know what, Bianca? I'd say that's breaking character for you, so I'm gonna have you do it at disadvantage, because you've clearly hated old people through this entire game. It's sarcasm, Bianca. Help, I've fallen into a sarcasm. Yep. You are, however, gonna take some flame damage. Yeah. Man, it would have really helped if you were cold, though. You're not at 40 health anymore. You're at 25. As you take 15 points of flame damage to get in, grab the man, and get out. The teeth are still shouting obscenities at you and trying to spit flame. And have begun to just start vomiting literal gallons of grease. It has literally just started to make the human body vomit just gallons of grease out of them. It's just constantly shooting out of this man like a fucking fountain. Well, no, I'm hinting at how the fucking fire started. But, you know, fuck my world building, right? Why do that in a D&D game? No, grease. It's a spell. That's what the teeth were trying to do. I was also hinting at how the fire started. It was casted originally to start the fire. Yes, but how are you going to get up out of the mouth? I would like to point out that her teeth appear to be metallic dentures with It quickly uses its teeth and the old man's tongue to pull the lips into its mouth so it can seal its mouth shut. I mean, at this point, the hostility has ended and the fire is being dealt with by Pillarmen. They're all just standing there, scratching their heads, forgetting, oh yeah, there was a dog mentioned. Proving once again, Bianca hates animals. Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah, go for it, man. Give me a perception check. I mean, you know, clearly Katie's hates animals, so, you know. Yeah, you find the dog. It was actually in the house, a house that was actually about to be destroyed and caught on fire. Currently tied up with a note, "Hey Jimmy, your dog got out." What? Question mark, why are there teeth marks all over it? The dog is actually currently has a bent front paw and is missing most of their tail. And there's a large bite mark of their ear taking out. But as you untie them, they jump up and lick your face. Go ahead, roll the tail. Yeah, the none of it's bleeding, luckily enough. So his stubs do like his paw stops hurting, and he can put weight on it again. It certainly cheers up the dog, and he licks your face even more. That's what I would sound like if I was a dog. No. Meanwhile, while everyone else is just willingly watching Acades beat the shit out of an old person, Aquin, you wanted to cast Catapult to try and save this poor old man from Acades' abuse? Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Yep. He did only have 3 HP left, so, yes. Let's hope that's enough! Aquin! I mean, you can't have your fucking punching bag be broken at all, you know? Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. Go ahead and hit Catapult. I forget, false life. Not, yeah, so it gets launched 90 feet in the air. It continues to fly upwards to 120 feet in the air. And 150. And now they begin to cackle madly as they now open up their mouth at the extended height and begin to vomit grease. I believe the problem has escalated. Let's see if it knocks it out, yeah. Oof. That's painful. Let's see if it makes the save. Rolled a nat 1 on the save, so it does take the full damage of it. It is below half, but still alive. 67 hit. 67 hit points to be exact. It's got a 14 AC. Look. I'll just explain you this whole thing. It has 5 spells it can cast at. It has like 3 spells a day it can cast with a few minor spells. Its only actual attack is to bite somebody. It can fly 30 feet, and it has 67 HP. Yep. It doesn't have shield, so yeah, that hits. Go ahead. It's used up all the shield burns. Yep, it's still standing, unfortunately, but not for long as it's swang. Diera, fire. Okay, can you shoot something 150 feet? It's going to... yes. A 22 will hit it without its meat suit. And as you hit it with a guiding bolt, slinging your bolt up to it, how do, what's it look like as it comes crashing down to the ground? No, it doesn't. It's unconscious. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think it's actually. I actually think it's immune to fall damage. But yeah, no, I'll let you have it. It's an extra dimensional space that can't be touched. Although it is sentient, so there's that to be concerned about. But currently it's unconscious. So yeah, I'm assuming you guys don't stick around to help everybody. Okay. Fair point. I just figured with Acades the monster being your leader and everything. Hater of the community and killer of old people. I mean, yeah, she got protected. She got protected from you, and then immediately gave you a literal cold shoulder. Uh, yep. Yeah, you provide some local healing and undo all of the bad juju that Acades willingly unleashed on everybody. Ah, he's very happy. Unfortunately, I don't have my piggy bank. I'm sorry. But you can have this. And he holds up a scorched pendant. Eh. By the way, misters, what god do you worship? You look like a cleric. You're doing all the healings. Why am I black? I mean, yeah, he does have giant pink lips and overly black skin, and his hair actually got really frizzed up too, due to the fire. Because he used to have a perm, but thanks to the heat, it just exploded out in size. And he's got big red lips due to the heat and everything. And the heat cooked his brain a little. That's my explanation for why he's talking like a black child. And looks this way. Let's face it, I wasn't going to ever be monetized on this channel anyway, so fuck it, let's burn this bridge. Ah, he's... is the person's response. The old man is still properly asleep with bleeding gums. It's not like they're damaged or anything, they're just bleeding because, oh, there was a foreign object that was very uncomfortable in my mouth. So the natural body's response is to bleed itself. Yeah, human bodies are weird. Oh man, I don't feel too well. Let me just set myself on fire. Burn all of my organs up. Let me raise my temperature to the point where I can't function and get nutrients in. But no, we're perfectly fine. Anyway. But yeah, so yeah, you saved the child, you got the pendant, and you got the teeth. I'm assuming you guys are going to return back to the villa? Send us all to hell. Yep. Yeah, you're going to have to get your armor fixed. Luckily enough, thanks to you having to... Yeah. And luckily enough, anyone can really repair that, and seeing as you did some people a favor, there's a leathersmith who's like, oh yeah, no, I can knock this out in like 10 minutes. So he just pops off the rivets and just pops on new rivets, and you're good. Well, he's a leathersmith, so he's not going to be able to do that for you. I mean, you literally only have one. Whatever. Uh, nigga, it's tomorrow. I'm at the end of this game, and I'm about to level you guys up. I can push it back the next session. No, I'm not going to be mean. But yes, returning to the villa with the druid, she asks for her 20 gold and guides you to Baba Yaga, who is currently running around the Hexwoods, chasing a poor, defenseless, brown-skinned woman with big white hair and overly comically large spectacles. Baba Yaga, of course, as mythology follows, has a giant house with chicken legs, which squawks demonically as it chases after them. And she sits in her mixing bowl atop it in its chimney, shouting profanities to the gods themselves. Look, this is your problem now. I was just paid to get you here and get you out. So she just leans up against the tray. The teeth have regained awakeness by the time of being thrown and fly into her mouth. And they immediately she stops chasing the older woman, and the teeth and Baba Yaga begin to argue with each other as they stomp off into the Hexwoods. The first line that you understand is, "You fucking old bitch, what happened?" Followed by Baba Yaga laughing and shaking her stick angrily. But yeah. The dryad gives a just gentle, sarcastic. Yeah, you guys are able to go home. Yes, that quest that's been sitting there for most of last year has finally happened. Yeah. Yep. It's non-magical. First off. However, upon your examination of looking it over and everything, and doing a proper cleaning of it, you do find out it's made out of platinum. You tell him, "Yep, it's worthless," and just pocket it. But your opening statement was, "Yeah, it's worthless." Well, luckily this is actually the last 10 minutes of the game, so you sure you can't stick it out? Yep. So, with that, you receive a small letter with 100 gold per person that is signed up with the contract that has been updated to include Diero, but not Oz. So all of you guys are paid 100 gold for this minor quest. With a proper rest, you feel a bit more inspired, a bit stronger, a bit wiser, as you have officially leveled up. And with that, we'll call it here for next week. For next week, we venture to hell. I'm assuming you also guys get a little bit of downtime if you guys wanted to do anything with that, but I'm assuming you don't. So, yeah, you guys get some downtime. I mean, you guys have a month of preparation, so yeah. You guys got a month of preparation, so I'm assuming over that month you guys basically practice and level up and shit. Yes. Alright, well, you guys all do that. I'm going to cut recording.